So you can get a reflection like this each day of the year by going to prolifereflectionsforeveryday.com, and you can get this book. Well, friends, tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, I want you to join me live with the President of the United States. We're going to go to his rally, and we're going to bring that to you on all these platforms where you're watching us now. And I want to urge you to watch the rally speech with me. The reason that this is so important is that in the midst of our politics, we so often are led to believe things about candidates that aren't true. The spin, the fake news is rampant, and we have a simple antidote to that. And I have a very simple suggestion for you to overcome that. And it is listen to the sources for yourself. I always urge people, go to whitehouse.gov, and that's where you can see day by day the activities, the press releases, the words coming from the White House, and listen to the president for yourself. That's what we're going to do at 7 o'clock tonight, right here on this broadcast. He's going to be in Pennsylvania, and he will be speaking. Now, when you listen to these rallies, and we've got on our election website is prolifevote.com, and we've got there the links to a lot of past rallies, several rallies that he's given here in 2009 already. We've got a link to all the rallies that he gave prior to the midterm elections in 2018. And when you listen to these rallies, you end up hearing, first of all, his policies, okay, and the policies that he endorses and is working for. And secondly, the things we believe in as Americans. He articulates them very, very clearly, starting with the right to life. And then you will also hear the progress. So we got the policies, the convictions and beliefs. You'll hear about the progress that has been made concretely in improving America, whether it's economy, military, help for veterans, help for the poor, lowest unemployment rates, higher wages, creation of jobs, national security, our standing in the world, and then, of course, our values in the defense of religious freedom and the defense of the unborn and the defunding of the abortion industry. You'll hear the concrete progress, the measurable progress, the proven results that have come with this presidential administration and with the Republican Senate, the judges, the courts. How can we fail to mention that? The president just had his 106th federal judge confirmed the other day from the Senate, 2 in the Supreme Court, 40 in the appellate courts, 64 in the district courts, and counting. Many, many more to be confirmed, and this, of course, changes the courts for a generation. These people serve for a lifetime. The point I'm making is you'll hear in the rally speech the progress that has been made, and then you'll hear about one more thing. You'll hear about the dangers of the Democrat Party and their platform and their policies and their proposals and their principles. The danger of that. I want to say something to you very, very clearly, brothers and sisters. We here now, as we prepare for the elections, are fighting for everything that we have in America. We are fighting for our entire republic, our entire way of life, our entire system of freedom and self-governance. That is what we are fighting for in this election. It's not just this person or that personality or this party or this policy or this problem. This is big. This is about fighting for America, because our whole system of government and the freedoms that we have, thanks to, of course, first of all to God and to the wisdom of the founders, is at risk and is under attack. And the president lays out clearly how these things are in danger from the radical Democrat Party. Very simple. It's really very simple. It really shouldn't become overly complicated, and we should not fail to understand the connection between religion and politics. So many people are so grateful to me and happy, when they hear a priest speaking in this particular way. And It's sort of like, why in the world should this be an exception? You look at the early history of our country, and there are volumes and volumes. One of these days I'll bring them here, put them here on this table. There are volumes of books of political sermons. The American Revolution itself, and the freedom that our founders fought for and sacrificed everything for. They pledged their lives, their fortunes, and their sacred honor. Where do you think the energy for all this came from? Where did the energy come from? Where do we get the energy to sacrifice ourselves for these things? It's through the faith that we have, and the faith gets nourished how? Through the preaching of the churches. So some people say, well, our politics is too negative. Some people say, well, the highest virtue in our political life is being civil, civility. And even Joe Biden, over the weekend, gave a speech where he started talking about, let's unify the country. The president is a great divider, and we have to be less negative in our politics. No, this is not the problem. The problem is not dividing. Okay, the problem, God is a divider. If somebody wants to call the president the divider in chief, I say that's one of the qualities that God himself manifests. What does God divide? God divides good from evil. God divides truth from falsehood, sin from grace. There is a division in this country because some people love this country and some people hate this country. That's why there's a division. There's a division in this country because some people believe that we have to protect babies and other people believe that you and I should help pay for killing them. That's the divide. Some people who acknowledge that we are under God and others who deny God. That's the divide. Some people who believe that the Constitution means what it says and should be respected and implemented by judges in our courts, and then there are others who believe that it should be rewritten every day in whatever manner the judge wants. These are not trivial divisions. These are not problems that you look at and you say, can't we all just be nice to each other and be civil? When you are talking about divisions as serious as this, brothers and sisters, it's not the division that's the problem. It's the wrong, dangerous policy that some people are trying to implement. It's the wrong and dangerous direction that some people are trying to go. And in a situation like that, you want division. You need division. We can't have any kind of pro-choice, pro-baby killing tolerated in this country. We can't have in America the welcoming of people who oppose the values of America. So for somebody to stand up for what is right, the only people that are going to complain about that are the people who are committed to the opposite. And that's why you'll get the people who are on the wrong track saying things like, we can't be so divided. This is terrible. We all have to be nice to each other. The greatest virtue in our politics is not civility. The greatest virtue is truth-telling, speaking the truth. Because it's only when we speak the truth, it's only when we look at what the problem is and name it for what it is that we're going to be able to start to solve it. People who don't appreciate the depth and the importance of the problems that we're facing are only they're going to look at it in a very superficial way, and they're only going to see, there's disagreement, and there's these people criticizing those people. There's all this negativity. I urge you, brothers and sisters, help your fellow citizens to think deeper. Go deeper than just on the surface level. There's all this negativity and division. Don't get caught there. Don't get stuck there. Ask the deeper questions, which begin with, what is it exactly that we are divided about? And are those issues that is worth being divided about? Remember the prophet Elijah? The prophet Elijah brought the people together and said, listen, how long are you going to straddle the fence? How long are you going to wobble along with two different opinions? If the Lord is God, then serve him. If Baal is God, then serve him. But what he was saying was there has to be a division. Jesus Christ himself said, do not think that I have come to bring peace. I have come to bring division. I have come to bring a sword. He said he would divide families right down the middle, much less nations. Of course. Because truth and falsehood have nothing in common. And brothers and sisters, it is time for us to take a stand on the right side of the division. To take the stand with the truth, with what is good, with grace, with life. That's my message for today. Join me tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to listen to what the president has to say. People can argue, oh, I don't agree with this, I don't agree with that. Fine, that's what our political system is about. But at least let's talk about what we heard and not talk about what we didn't hear. You see what I'm saying? The problem is not that there are disagreements. The problem is that people disagree about what they did not hear. Let's start first things first by hearing what the president has to say about what we believe, about the progress we've made, about the policies we fight for, and about the dangers that face us from the radical Democrat Party. Let's listen. Then we can begin to talk. So join me tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here. Now may the Lord bless you. May he give you a wonderful day, strengthen, protect you, and answer all your prayers. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. This is Father Frank Pavone of Priests for Life.
But you know what? When you and I take up this call and we talk about abortion, if we speak about it in church, we're told we're too political. If we speak about it in the political arena, we're told we're too religious. If we speak about it in the world of the media, it's too disturbing. In the world of business, it's too distracting. In the world of education, it's too controversial. In the streets, it's too disruptive. So abortion, if abortion is wrong, where do we go to say so? We go into the churches, we go into politics, into the media, into business, into education, and into the streets. Some churches haven't wanted gun